Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to tonight's top stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window on this Wednesday. And this is looking down from our Ephrata Sky-Fi Tower camera. And boy, kind of a weird look down that way, isn't it? Not sure if it's a little bit of dust mixed in with some smoky haze. Of course, some of that smoke from the Chelan area fires could be blowing that way, and plenty of cloudiness over in the basin as well. Did get warm out there today, though. And as we get into the Labor Day weekend, we're going to see a cool down. Temperatures upper 80s to lower 90s Saturday and Sunday. And for your Labor Day, it looks nice with mostly sunny skies and high temperatures right around that 90-degree mark. And we'll talk much more weather coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. 3 of 4 high mountain fires northeast of Plains appears to be out, while the other continues a slow burn that likely will continue until fall weather sets in. Fire agencies expanded one road closure yesterday around the Irving Peak and White River fires near Lake Wenatchee. And police say 3 Wenatchee Valley teenagers are now implicated in the Saturday drive-by shooting that left one man injured. But first, our top story tonight. Evacuation levels have been lowered or lifted for most roads reopened after a wildfire yesterday afternoon in Union Valley between Chelan and Manson. Firefighters from several regional and state agencies use ground and air resources to limit the fire burning in brush and timber to about 20 acres. At one point, there were several areas under Level 3 Get Out Now evacuation notices, with several other areas at Level 2. The fire just before 2:30 p.m. was first reported as several small fires burning near Union Valley Road. The State Department of Natural Resources is investigating the cause of the fire. This morning, Chelan County Emergency Management said Bagenstos Lane to Jerry Garton Lane was reduced from Level 2 to Level 1, and Perdaman Gulch Road to Moon Ridge Lane would remain at Level 1, the only remaining areas under alert. There were no structures reported lost in that fire. 3 of 4 high mountain fires northeast of Plain appears to be out, while the other continues a slow burn that likely will continue until fall weather sets in. Most of the fires were ignited last week by lightning. The U.S. Forest Service said the Meander fire in the Henry M. Jackson Wilderness area has burned 4 to 5 acres, with smoke still visible from the Pacific Crest Trail. Multiple safety concerns are limiting firefighting efforts on that fire. Smoke is no longer visible from the Buck Creek fire in the Glacier Peak Wilderness area. That fire has burned an estimated 6 acres. Meanwhile, the nearby Phelps Ridge fire has burned about 1.5 acres, with smoke no longer visible. 6 repellers were able to quickly limit the Katy Ridge fire not far from the Meander fire to less than 1 acre. Fire agencies expanded one road closure yesterday around the Irving Peak and White River fires near Lake Wenatchee. The U.S. Forest Service says Little Wenatchee Road will remain closed between the National Forest boundary and the junction with Forest Service Road 6700. The closure is needed for increased fire vehicle traffic along the road. The 2 wildland fires now total about 2,900 acres. Also on Tuesday, some firefighters diverted from the 2 wildland blazes to help with a new fire start near Hidden Lake.
We did get an initial attack fire yesterday down at Hidden Lake. We responded with Lake Wenatchee Fire and Rescue on that fire. It was about 1/10 of an acre along the roadside. Good mutual aid response with those folks. That was picked up late in the afternoon when crews were coming off a shift. So we had folks in place and responding with the local fire district.
Police say 3 Wenatchee Valley teenagers are now implicated in the Saturday drive-by shooting that left one man injured. The shooting is believed to be gang-related. 2 of the suspects are aged 16 and 17. The third, Octavio Medina Cuevas of East Wenatchee, is 18 years old. All were arrested over the last 2 days after the shooting, in which one man was struck in the arm by a bullet in the 1600 block of South Mission Street. Police are seeking felony charges against all three of first-degree assault and drive-by shooting. If prosecutors pursue those counts, all could be charged as adults. Medina was held in the Chelan County Regional Justice Center as of this afternoon. Well, when we come back, the Cascade Orchard Bridge on Icicle Road in Leavenworth will be closed for a month beginning Tuesday, September 6th. The Wenatchee River Institute in Leavenworth is seeking a new executive director. Carol Griffin Boogert will retire from that role after serving for 3.5 years. And some residents of the Wenatchee Valley may have been caught off guard this week as Waste Management shifted garbage pickup days for thousands of its customers. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Welcome back. In another news, the Cascade Orchard Bridge on Icicle Road in Leavenworth will be closed for a month beginning Tuesday, September 6th, as a contractor for Chelan County begins to repair the deck of the 57-year-old bridge. During the closure, a detour route will be available via East Leavenworth Road. The closure is expected to last until September 27th, when the bridge will be reopened back up to traffic. During the closure, the contractor will work on repairing the bridge deck and then pouring new concrete overlay. Once the new bridge deck is cured, a centerline marking will be striped on the bridge deck in early October. That work will require one-lane, flagger-controlled traffic, but will take only about a half a day. The full project is expected to be finished in early October. The upcoming bridge closure will impact the Leavenworth Autumn Leaf Festival, which typically uses East Leavenworth Road as an alternate route during the Grand Parade. Chelan County Public Works is working with festival organizers to determine an alternate route for the September 24th event. The Wenatchee River Institute in Leavenworth is seeking a new executive director. Carol Griffin Boogert will retire from that role after serving 3.5 years. The nonprofit center hosts lectures, classes, and exhibits relating to the upper Wenatchee Valley and its natural ecosystems. The Institute's leaders say it's rebounded well from the pandemic and now needs a leader to continue that success. Potential new directors can apply through the Wenatchee River Institute website. Well, some residents of the Wenatchee Valley may have been caught off guard this week as WM shifted garbage pickup days for thousands of its customers. WM, formerly Waste Management, sent notices of those changes to households that would be impacted earlier this month. The change applies to garbage, recycling, and yard debris collection. WM said the changes are being made in an effort to improve the efficiencies of driver routes. You're watching the NCW Life Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's features story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCW Life Evening News. Please stay with us.
We got things coming our way that we've never faced before. Under the current conditions, the storm's going to continue to get stronger and stronger. Now's not the time to take a step back. Now's not the time to be soft. Now's the time to drive us in the right direction to protect our communities. The team that surrounds myself is the team to take you into the future.
At Click It RV, we're overstocked on inventory and need to make room for brand new models on our lot. Between our 4 locations in Spokane, Tri-Cities, Moses Lake, and Milton Freewater, we have hundreds of travel trailers, fifth wheels, and RVs that have to go. With low payments, 0 down, and no payments for 90 days, you'll want to hurry in today while the best floor plans are still available. Come check out the Overstock Liquidation Sale, going on now at Click It RV.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
Welcome back to the NCW Life Evening News. We told you in July about Gunnery Sergeant Arthur Summers, a U.S. Marine from Montana who died in the Pacific Theater of World War II and whose body lay unrecovered for 76 years. His remains were found in 2019 by the nonprofit recovery organization History Flight. Yesterday, Summers was laid to rest at Evergreen Memorial Park in East Wenatchee, where his 2 oldest nephews, David and Donald McCannell, live today. In tonight's features story, at the brothers' invitation, more than 100 people attended the public funeral, and NCW Life was there.
Arthur, at age 20, enlisted in the U.S. Marine Corps at the recruiting station in Seattle, Washington on November the 12th, 1936. Summers found real enjoyment in the Corps and at the earliest opportunity made arrangements to extend his time in the service of his country. At the age of 25, Summers became platoon sergeant. The 6th Marines were designated as the 2nd Marine Division's reserve for the Battle of Tarawa. Sometime between 1900 hours on 22 November throughout the early morning of the 23rd, that Gunnery Sergeant Arthur Summers was killed in action. Ironically, at the very same time his enlistment was due to expire on 23 November. He laid in a mass grave which would later be destroyed and built over, rendering the remains of all buried there non-recoverable until 2019, when an archaeological expedition led by the nonprofit organization History Flight excavated the site and recovered those who remained lost.
I had the honor of escorting Sergeant Summers and 44 of his brothers. I distinctly remember our team sitting on one side of the aircraft just grinning on what we had succeeded so far, and the next instant, tears flowing down our faces for what these young Americans suffered. To date, History Flight has recovered over 150 servicemen from around the world that have been identified and have been returned home.
Lord God, may all who are shattered and broken find wholeness. May all who are wounded and infirmed find healing and restoration. May all who are lost and missing be found and restored. To the living may we receive grace. To the departed, rest. To the nations, peace. And to all, hope.
Switching gears now, time to take a look at your north central Washington weather forecast. Boy, that Labor Day weekend, the long weekend, is almost upon us. Beautiful day today. Boy, we did have some clouds, even a few sprinkles at one point this morning, just enough kind of to get those windshields dirty. But we did see plenty of that haze and smoke around the area as we look down at the Wenatchee Valley from our jump-off ridge Sky-Fi tower camera. It did keep our temperatures down a little bit. We thought we might get to around 100 degrees today. Unofficially 97, and that's just a couple of degrees below our record of 99 set back in 1998. Our normal high now is down to 82 degrees, so we were still 15 degrees above where we should be. 64 our low this morning, 57 is our normal low, and our record 45 set in 1999. Our sunrise now is at 6:19 with sunset at 7:43. Let's take a look at those Thursday temperatures, and it's going to be a lot like today, folks. In fact, I think we'll see a little bit more sunshine as we get you into Thursday and Friday. Temperatures consistent, 96 in Moses Lake, Ephrata, and Quincy, 95 here in the Wenatchee area tomorrow, 93 in Leavenworth, and 94 degrees for you folks in the Entiat area. So pretty consistent all around our viewing area. For tonight, mostly clear skies. It will be just a little bit breezy in north central Washington. We'll see low temperatures in the upper 60s. The area of low pressure off the coast, it looks very ominous, but boy, this ridge is just not going to let it come on shore. And that means for Thursday, sunshine, temperatures in the mid to upper 90s for most of us on Thursday. Not much of a change on Friday. In fact, our map gets a little bit darker red for Friday. We're talking upper 90s to end our work week. And boy, as we kick off our long Labor Day weekend, no complaints, I'm sure. Much cooler. We're going to see high temperatures on Saturday under sunny skies, right around 90 degrees. That'll feel awfully nice if you're heading outside, maybe a barbecue in your plans. For Sunday, sunny and even a little bit warmer. We're going to see high temperatures in the low 90s as we get into the meat of our Labor Day weekend. And then for Labor Day itself on Monday, going to be decent. Mostly sunny, slightly cooler. It's going to feel real nice out there with high temperatures on Monday, somewhere in the upper 80s across north central Washington. And then on Tuesday, back to work for us. We're going to see sunshine and warm temperatures with highs then still above normal into the upper 80s. Take a look now at that 7-day forecast tonight. Very mild, 67 degrees, 95 tomorrow, 98 as we end our week on Friday. And then a very nice mild start to our Labor Day weekend. Sunshine and 90 degrees on Saturday, 93 with sun on Sunday. And then for your Labor Day Monday, things will cool off a bit, but be very comfortable, mostly sunny and 88. And we're going to stay with that sunshine on Tuesday with a high temperature then of 89. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Dan Kuntz and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I'm John Volan, and I'm running for judge here in Chelan County. For more than 20 years, I've upheld the rights of the local community as an attorney, trial lawyer, and part-time judge. This fall, I'm running for district court judge. I'm highly endorsed by the legal and local communities for my thorough, fair-minded, and just approach. I'm the only candidate with civil, criminal experience, but experience as a judge as well. This fall, vote John Volan for Chelan County District Court Judge.
It's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel. Happy Wednesday, sports fans. Cal Raleigh sparked a 6-run third inning. The Mariners batted all the way around. We like that. He had a solo home run, then he capped the inning with a sacrifice fly, and the Mariners cruised yesterday afternoon. Easy victory over the Tigers. The final was 9-3. Ty France, his stroke is looking good. He added 3 hits, including his 16th homer. He scored 3 runs, and Carlos Santana had a 2-run home run for Seattle, who have won 4 of their last 5.
He pelts this out to deep right center field. Back, and gone into the hedges. It disappears. Ty France ambushes the first pitch. This is tagged to right field. Cal Raleigh touch them all. The Mariners have hit their second home run.
Ty France, and now Cal on an 0-2 pitch drives it into the right field seats about 15 rows up.
This is scalded. A fair ball into left field. Toro hits the bag at second. He's going to third. Extra bases for Julio. Toro gets the stop sign at third base. That's a rip double for Julio. 1 down, 2 aboard for Mitch Haniger. Line left field. Base hit. Mitch Haniger. Toro scores easily. Julio checks into third base. Mitch Haniger hangs a run-scoring single out to left field. The Mariners now have a 3-0 lead. This hanger is deposited into left field off the bat of Suarez. Julio scores from third base. Now the Mariners have pushed 3 across in this third inning. It's now a 4-0 lead. This is out to the gap, dropping down, a base hit. Haniger wheels around third. He strolls to the plate of the Mariners. Can't not score runs here in this third inning. It's a 5-0 Mariners lead as France has driven in his second tonight. Well, the Mariners have him loaded up here for Frazier. Frazier, soft line drive, left field base hit. Suarez scores. And the Mariners just keep on racking up hits.
The Mariners are batting around here in the third inning.
A bit of a windy night. Riley Green plays the breeze. He makes the catch. France tags, is headed home, and he scores standing. It's a productive out for Cal Raleigh. Off in the 5th. This is able to sneak through for a base hit. A 3-hit night for Ty France.
Ty France's timing is back. You know, he hit a breaking ball for a home run forever to center, and there he stays inside the baseball and a fastball in, lets it travel, and able to shove that ball up the middle of the field.
Here's Carlos Santana.
This is way back and gone. The Mariners' 3rd home run tonight is off the bat of Carlos Santana. It's a 2-run smash.
In the air, right field and deep. Back goes Haniger. Still tracking it, and it is off the wall. Cabrera will dig for second. He's on his way, and his slide gets him there. 607 career doubles for Miguel Cabrera and a 2-for-2 night. July 26th, his last extra base hit, and breaks the tie with Paul Wainer, and is now 14th all by himself in career doubles. Walked him, and the bases are loaded with Tigers.
And a rare walk. On a 4-pitch walk from Kirby, and 2 outs, bases loaded.
And the right-hander's 2-2 pitch, swinging a fly ball to the straightaway center field. Julio Rodriguez right there, and he makes the catch. The Tigers leave the bases loaded. Great job by George Kirby tonight.
Yeah, Kirby looked really good. 5 scoreless innings, only gave up 2 hits. Chris Flexen came in, pitched 4 innings for the save. Something really cool happened before the game. The on-field microphones for the Star Spangled Banner singer didn't work, and so the fans at Comerica Park sang the national anthem together. I thought that was pretty cool. Game 2 of the 3-game series is going on right now. It's on Root Sports Northwest. Marco Gonzalez, the former Apple Sox, is pitching. You wait until this newscast is over before you change the channel. I need the ratings. Yesterday was cutdown day in the NFL, and that included the Seattle Seahawks. 16 players put on waivers. There's the list there. We highlighted some of the bigger names in red. Any of those 16 players, by the way, who clear waivers today, they can be re-signed to the practice squad. Perhaps the biggest surprise was the waiving of 2019 second-round draft pick Marquise Blair. His career has been derailed by knee injuries, but Coach Pete Carroll says Blair will probably find a role with another team.
Marquise Blair, was that a tough decision? Or?
Sure, yeah. He's a really good ball player and a tough kid and all that. in one sense, it's hard to break in here. We've got really good players, and he's a guy that wants to play the game and as much as anybody. Very intense about it, and so this really gives him an opportunity to have a chance to start somewhere. And so, he's a nice ball player, man. He's tough as hell, and we loved him. So we wish him the very best, and the door's always open.
Seahawks kept 6 cornerbacks on the roster, maybe even 7 if they re-signed Justin Coleman. 5th-round draft pick Tariq Woolen impresses Pete Carroll with his resiliency after he struggled early in camp.
He can play. Yeah, he can play. Yeah, and it was almost poetic, that he goes out there and gets whipped and struggles and misses a tackle and touchdown pass on a bust, and all that right off the bat. It was like, even in that game, it was kind of like, okay, so this is what it could be like, let's fix everything up and get back to work, and which he did in that game in particular. He came right back at it, and then we played him a lot, so he got a lot of reps and all through the 3 games, and he's been out here going against Marquise and going against DK and going against Tyler. He's hung in with all those guys, and those guys are as fast or as good as and as really diverse kind of talent that you can go against him. He's ready to go.
Carroll also wasted no time naming 4th-round draft pick Kobe Bryant. He's going to start at nickelback for the Seahawks.
Kobe's ready to play. Yeah, he'll at this stage he can only be as ready as he is, but he can play for us, and we would expect him to make things happen and do good stuff just like he does when he plays football. So it's like it's not new to him anymore, and he's comfortable with it. But he'll get a lot better. He'll be able to take advantage of the calls and looks and disguises and all that kind of stuff as he grows with it.
Why was it mid-August? Did it just dawn on you to try that?
No, it actually came up way earlier, and we talked about it way earlier, just because of the style of player that he was. But we wanted to make sure that we had the competition clear outside, and we knew what was going on before we took him out of that, and where it might slow down his progress if he's doing 2 things, So I think it's a really good decision for him for the long haul, and he can play outside as well.
And finally, former Apple Sox player Michael Toglia called up by the Colorado Rockies to Major League Baseball. He is the 18th former Wenatchee Apple Sox to make it to the big show, and the first Apple Sox player to do it since Drew Rasmussen did it a couple of years ago. He was the MVP of the West Coast League back in 2016. Congratulations to Mr. Toglia. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Wednesday. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Dan. Congratulations to him. And now let's check right back in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan.
Thanks, Grant. On the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, Coach Michael Don is entering his 8th year as the head football coach of the Eastmont Wildcats. What are we talking about, Coach?
We're going to talk about our kids. We're going to talk about our program. We're going to talk about what we have to look forward to this year in football.
Nothing makes me more excited than high school football on a fall Friday night. Coach Don will be my guest on the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Grant, back to you, buddy.
Thank you very much, Dan. And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for being with us, and have a great night. News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCW Life channel.
It has really been a great partnership between Succession and NCW Life. It's not always easy to sit in front of a camera or a microphone, but you guys have made it a really nice process.